Beneath 2 miles of ice, in complete darkness, in temperatures that should make life impossible, something is alive. Not bacteria, not microbes, an entire ecosystem. Corals, sponges, creatures that have never seen sunlight. Not once, not ever. Scientists only found it because a chunk of ice the size of a city broke off Antarctica in January 2025 and revealed what was hiding underneath. And that is just the beginning of what this continent is hiding. Here's what nobody tells you about Antarctica. We know more about the surface of Mars than we know about what's underneath this continent. And in the last 18 months alone, scientists have made discoveries down there that have shaken everything we thought we knew about life on Earth. Stay with me, because what's under that ice is stranger than any theory anyone had. First, understand what we're dealing with. Antarctica is not just a cold continent. It is a landmass the size of the United States and Mexico combined, buried under a sheet of ice that is, in some places, nearly 3 miles thick. 3 miles of ice, sitting on top of an entire hidden world and drilling through it, in the most remote, most hostile place on Earth, while keeping everything clean enough not to contaminate what's below, is one of the hardest things humans have ever attempted. The first time scientists successfully drilled into a subglacial lake without contaminating it was 2013. The second time was August 2025. In 12 years, we've done it twice. And what they found the second time stopped everyone in the room. Mercer's subglacial lake sits beneath 1,085 meters of ice in West Antarctica, completely sealed from the surface. No sunlight, no oxygen, no connection to anything above, just darkness, pressure, and cold. For millions of years, scientists drilled down expecting maybe a few simple microbes clinging to survival. What they found was 1,374 individual organisms. And here's where it gets unsettling. When scientists ran the DNA, most of them didn't match anything in the global database of known life on Earth. New species, completely unknown, genetically isolated from every other organism on the planet, evolving alone, in the dark, for millions of years. And Mercer's subglacial lake is not alone. As of September 2025, scientists have confirmed 231 subglacial lakes beneath Antarctica's ice. That number was 146 just 2 years ago. They found 85 new ones using satellite data, a 58% increase overnight. And those are just the ones we found. Now here's where this gets bigger. In January 2025, an iceberg called A84, the size of a city, broke away from the Antarctic ice shelf. When it broke off, it exposed 510 square kilometers of seafloor that had been completely sealed from the rest of the ocean for centuries. Scientists rushed in before anything could change. What they found underneath should not have been there. Corals, giant sponges, a thriving marine ecosystem, living in complete darkness under ice that hadn't moved in centuries. Not just surviving, thriving, with zero sunlight and no known food source from above. And this raised a question NASA is now taking very seriously. If life can thrive like this on Earth, in total darkness under miles of ice, with no sunlight and no connection to the surface, what does that mean for Europa, for Enceladus, for the ice-covered moons of Jupiter and Saturn we know have liquid water underneath? It means the rules for where life can exist just changed completely. Antarctica is the closest thing to an alien ocean we have on Earth. But the living things under the ice aren't even the strangest discovery. In June 2026, scientists announced they had found something beneath East Antarctica that doesn't fit any model they had for how this continent formed. A vast hidden structure fan-shaped, 30 connected basins, each enormous on their own, all linked into one single geological province stretching toward the coast. Nobody knew it was there, hiding in plain sight under the ice for the entire history of modern science. And separately, in March 2026, a team found a buried granite mass beneath Pine Island Glacier, nearly 100 kilometers wide, almost 7 kilometers thick. They only found it because of strange pink rocks scattered on the surface that didn't match anything nearby. When they traced where those rocks came from, they led straight down to a buried giant, the size of a small country sitting beneath the glacier. Antarctica isn't flat rock under ice. It's mountains, valleys, lakes, rivers, basins, more than 30,000 subglacial hills, and ridges already mapped, and scientists believe. If this video changed how you see this planet, share it with one person who needs to see it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next week.